last week was overall a good week. So staying inspired last week was not as difficult as the week before. However, of course, each day tries to bring its own challenges, right? So starting with my 9 to 5 job, we're going through some changes, which I've talked about here before. Some people are retiring. We've just gone through a mass layoff. And I will say it was slightly unsettling last week to see the worry on my manager's face, and to hear it in their voice, because they're not sure, and if they're not sure, they can't really, they can't really assure us. And so to see that or to hear that, it is a little unsettling. But don't be crazy. I'm definitely gearing up to make sure my resume is 100% together. Thank God I have my husband to kind of help me along that process. And just to be prepared, putting things out there into the universe and into organizations. So applying for jobs and just to kind of see what happens, not necessarily threatening to go anywhere, but just to see what happens, to be prepared. I haven't really been in the interview process in, 10, 14 years? And so, whoo, I'm really, really used to the universe just kind of showing up and delighting me and creating positions for me. And honestly, even along this journey, I've been offered jobs. I've been offered to apply for certain things. And, the universe just is always looking out for me. So I expect nothing less. Still working on my health kick journey. Trying to lose a little bit of weight, like 5 to 10 pounds. Nothing too crazy, but just to get to the point where I feel good again. And so I do my yoga, of course, consistently, trying to watch what I eat, minimizing my alcohol consumption, because it's definitely nowhere near where it used to be. Not quite where I want it to be, but definitely not what it used to be. So I've kind of set different milestones for myself. If I'm going to drink, I don't drink more than 2, or I may do 3 if it's the weekend. But if it's during the week, my goal is to not. I know that is not necessarily good for my health long term. And again, I have to be conscious of that. I'm a car enthusiast, so I'm typically watching YouTube and something dealing with the BMW or the Acura, or Tesla. And I'm just learning more and more. And I do that because it brings a smile to my face. It inspires me to keep going forward. And so one of the biggest lessons that I learned last week, to stay inspired, or has kind of helped me stay inspired, is tapping back into my creativity. And we as creatives, we must create, okay? And so sometimes that means going to art shows or galleries or opera or whatever it is for you that sparks that level of emotions and joy. And it comes out in your art. And so I'm getting back to that. And so, looking at a couple of plays or shows or something coming up. Again, YouTube has been my friend. And so there's a lot there that has been inspiring me. And this past weekend was great, actually. Relaxed, didn't do too much of anything. I cleaned off the back deck so that we can kind of relax and kind of, get back to zen, because the area was starting to look a little unkept. And got a chance to do some yoga out there next to the pond. And this weekend and today has been awesome. How did you stay inspired last week? Let me know. See you guys next week.